The NBA draft is just a few days away, so let's talk about it. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Forstall back at it with another video talking some NBA. And yes, you heard that correctly. The NBA draft's just a few days away, people. All right? We just wrapped up the NBA Finals, and now we've got the draft right around the corner. I don't know if the NBA changed the calendar. They probably did, but I don't remember the draft being so quick right after the NBA Finals. I mean, we're talking about, just a few days away. So when I realized that, it kind of caught me off guard. Either which way, you know what that means. The NBA never stops, and we got to bring the content to you guys. So with that being said, I have a very simple question for you guys, and that is, should the Chicago Bulls, who have the 18th overall pick in this year's draft, should they keep their pick or should they trade it? Very straightforward question. And I'm going to answer this question for you guys and give a high-level preview of the draft for the Chicago Bulls. All right, so as far as the question, should they keep this pick or should they trade it? Let's start with this. This draft is not considered a very strong draft, okay? It's fairly weak, and that's because there's not a lot of projected stars. Again, this is all based off of projections. We won't know until these guys take the floor. And there's no number one consensus draft pick, a Zion, an AD, a Blake Griffin, like guys like that who we knew before the draft. Oh, yeah, that's the number one overall pick, okay? So that's where that draft is missing. But that doesn't mean this draft class can't be deep, right? Because if you don't have a bunch of stars, you could have, a number of guys later on in the rounds that could pan out, if not early. And so for the Bulls, they're in a bit of a weird spot because they're at the 18th pick. And that's like right in the middle, right? In the first round, we're talking about, you're not a lottery pick, right? A top 14 pick. You're not a top 10, obviously. And you're not a bottom 10, right? You're a little worse than half at 18. And so it's kind of like a no man's land pick. And I don't like that, obviously, for the Bulls. Who ends up being projected in this range? We could take a look at the mock drafts and see right now a lot of the mock drafts have EJ Liddell at this position going to the Bulls. Jalen Williams is another guy. Tari Eason, guys like that. So there are guys, again, potential that are there at this spot at 18. And it's clear what the Bulls need is, right? We need front court help. We've needed that for a year now, and we still don't have it. Need some interior defense, big wings. We need those. But more importantly, a power forward, a four that could start. I know we've got P. Will there, but even a guy that can come in, bring some competition at that spot, backup five behind Vooch. Like, we need just front court help, right? Defensive front court help. That is the main thing that we need. So should we trade this pick or keep it? I would lean towards trading this pick if the package is right. And what would constitute a package being right? Well, let me give you an example, okay? So I have heard rumors, and I'm sure you guys have as well, and I'll probably talk about this more extensively in another video, that Kobe White and the 18th overall pick are being packaged together to go ahead and go out there and get a star for the Chicago Bulls. Well, I'll tell you this right now. If we can do that and get a star back, a star player, I'm not even talking about a superstar, obviously. We're talking about an all-star caliber level player. If we can get that, let's do it right now, right? Let's do it right now, because that is exactly what the Bulls need on this team. So a name out there, for an example, I'm not saying this would happen, but this caliber of player I would love. Kobe and the 18th overall pick for a guy like John Collins. Like, sign me up for that right now, okay? Where do I sign? I'll sign right now. That would be the perfect type of player to come back, a guy who can immediately come and start at the four, would give you offense, would give you a little bit of defense as well, and another threat, another option on this team. John Collins would be like kind of perfect, okay? Then we could talk about a little bit lesser tier guys, if you will, a Tobias Harris, and Aaron Gordon, although Tobias's contract is disgusting. Aaron Gordon is another guy here. So if you're getting guys of that talent and that caliber level, and again, I'm not talking about these exact guys. We have to figure out the salaries and if they would match and who would go back in the trade. I'm just throwing out names for you guys as an example. If we get that type of talent, I'm ready to ship off the 18th pick in Kobe. But if we get something like, I don't know, Chris Boucher, a Brandon Clark, Guys like that, I'm not so sure I would do that, okay? And if we're talking about getting a superstar, like a very, very good level player, well, I should say superstars. Superstars aren't going to get traded. But if we're talking about a legitimate all-star, you're going to have to throw in a young player, either P. Will, Patrick Williams, or Io DeSumo. You throw in one of those two guys, and now we're cooking, right? In terms of who we can ask for, you can literally ask for a guy like a Bradley Beal, who, again, might want out of Washington, and that's a bona fide legitimate all-star. So that's what I mean. So if you are trading Kobe in the 18th pick, depending on the level of talent that is available for you guys and what you get, I'm open to trading this. I'm open to trading this because here's the thing. You look at the roster right now for the next season, 7 spots are pretty much set and locked in, okay? You've got Lonzo, who's coming back, obviously. You've got Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, and then Patrick Williams, depending, again, if we get a 4 back in a trade. And then Vooch, if we keep him, again, he's in trade rumors, but let's say we keep him, that's your starting 5 right there. Off the bench, Io DeSumo, again, if he's not traded, Alex Caruso, and then Kobe White if he is not traded again. So for the most part, we're talking about somebody at that 4 spot. We're talking about somebody to add to the bench. Because this roster, in terms of the starting 5, is set unless you can upgrade Patrick Williams. So, to me, I would go ahead and trade Kobe in the 18th pick for a talent up to a caliber of a John Collins, if I can get that. And if not, then I probably hold out and wait to see what the market looks like, with Kobe White, maybe. But at 18th, like I said, you can still get some front court help. You can still add another young player. But we have Patrick Williams and Io, who are both developing. I just don't know if we want to add more young players to this team. If we want to take that next level, you have to add more veterans than young players, right? Because it's a league that is won by veterans. We just saw the Golden State Warriors win their 4th championship. Veterans win in this league. Young players don't. Okay? The Boston Celtics, with their young players, weren't able to get the job done. They got to the finals. Congrats to them, but they didn't get the job done. So overall, folks, that is what I would do. I would trade the 18th overall pick, package it with the Kobe White, try to get an all-star level type of talent. And if I can't get that, maybe go ahead and then draft some front court help like guys that I mentioned to you previously. So let me know what you guys would do. Leave a comment down below. Would you keep the pick? Trade it? Let me know. As always, thanks for watching.